μέσα στο πνεύμα του μετανθρωπισμού και της αναβάθμισης.
Within the framework of posthumanism and the enhancement of man, as you said, and through the cyborgization, through neurobiology, we observe evident signs of methods alluding to Frankenstein, pardon my expression. For example, cryogenic preservation of the dead in order to bring them back to life in the future. I would like to ask, within this whole enhancement of a person, what is the place of eschatology and what is the place of the incarnation of the word as deification of the person being a psychosomatic being? Thank you.
No, you, Mr. Mond, yes, for you.
Thanks. My question was for Father Lappas, because I also found his slides very interesting. But I'm a bit puzzled because most of the respondents in the survey had no direct experience of AI in helping in pastoral care. And so their opinions of it were what they thought it might be like. I'm reminded that Henry Ford said if he'd asked people what they wanted from motor cars, he would have said, people would have said, give me faster horses. They can't actually imagine the new experience until it's there. And Steve Jobs also said he wouldn't ask people what they wanted. He just designed something and then they loved it when they got it. So isn't it possible that when people actually do get some AI-enabled confession or counseling, they will find it to be much more enjoyable, much more uplifting, much more spiritually enriching than they had thought? So was there any difference in the 11% who had this experience compared to the 89% who didn't have it? Were they more positive than the others?
Thank you very much. Και για τον κύριο Dimopoulos, αν υπάρχει.
Question for Mr. Dimopoulos, if there is one question for Mr. Dimopoulos.
Κύριε Dimopoulos.
Mr. Dimopoulos, you concluded by raising a question. What makes us humans? How can we actually distinguish our humanity? For centuries, several people and communities have not been recognizing others as humans. Is it different now? Now we have an alien, let's say, experience, as you said at the beginning. We have this different type of intelligence out there in the space. So my question is, does it depend on us to a great extent? It's not only the Bible that gives us answers. We as a community, as a society, have to decide whether we want to recognize this alien intelligence as something. Thank you for your questions. Thank you, Father Nikolaos. It's an eschatology, of course. We could call it secular eschatology because it can teach us a lot. For the meaning of eschatology today in a secular society, we have a type of theology that is different, of course, but has preserved certain characteristics. With this distinction, we actually underline deep Arianism that actually characterizes modern societies. We accept certain good proposals that take us ahead, but we take away the divine dimension of Christ. And we say, very often we say that Christianity is different from other religions because of love. This is not absolutely true. Of course, there's an emphasis on love, a special emphasis on love. But what makes Christianity different is a ministry, the sacrifice, or the road to the cross. So there is this prospect of resurrection without crucifixion. It's a cool, easy, let's say, salvation that at the end of the day is not that meaningful. That's what other religions have. So it's a big discussion. Mr. Dimopoulos. Thank you for the question. It's true that in human history, all civilizations and cultures tended to differentiate themselves from others and believe that they were different, superior. At a certain point in time, we started having communication with each other as cultures, and we unified in a way. We try to find the way, and we try to communicate. But there is always this conviction that there is something different in humans. Astrophysics ask themselves, if we find alien intelligence, will we think it is superior or inferior to human intelligence? Could it be considered superior from a theological point of view? As I said in my presentation, AI seeks not to lose. This is a key for theology. The word kenosis. If we think about it, God's kenosis the fact that God became a man is not a failure of deity. It's a result of God's will. It's not that. It showed us the way, however. It showed us that we can win through losing. How can we translate that into algorithms? I don't know. Artificial intelligence learns from us. It has been reading all the things that people around the globe have written, and it takes the pictures and tries to understand. Maybe artificial intelligence will not be dangerous at the end of the day because it will prefer its own kenosis in order to achieve the best. Failure in this case might be the key. That's all I had to say. Thank you so much. Your answer was brief and didn't cover the whole question. It's a temptation. Father, could you give us your answer?
Please,
yes,
Father,
about
your answer.
11. Excuse me?
Can you give us your answer?
Yes. The 11% of respondents, they say that they would like to or may have used chatbots. It is because our parishioners are very traditional in their aspect of pastoral care. Many of them, they respond, they wrote some comments that they do not like to have, this experience because they don't believe that AI can replace the human aspect and the relationship with their pastors. So the 11% actually were people, parishioners who, the younger age, of the dynamic age of our community. So most of them, mostly they don't like to have any pastoral, the 88% as we see, any pastoral assistant through AI. That reflects how conservatives are, and our community is not so progressive as many, even in Greece, believe that our parishioners are here in the United States. This community established in 1915, and until today we have parishioners, 4th, 5th generation of Greek Americans, or even people who convert to the Orthodox faith. So it is a mixed community. I cannot. It was difficult for me to believe at first when I saw the results that even parishioners who adopt and receive the Orthodox faith, even through chrismation, they strongly believe that they don't like to have the artificial intelligence, or even they cannot enhance the pastoral care for them. So yes, I'm surprised with the results, but this is something that we cannot, forget in our future pastoral care to them. We will try to contact to join all these things and all these answers and to provide, a better pastoral care for all our parishioners.